Good day, everyone, and welcome to the informational meeting for the Silicon Valley Virtual Open 2020. Uh, my name is Mike Wong. I'm one of the organizers and referee chairs for this event, and we're super excited to bring you this online event for your athletes and to get everyone excited practicing your Taekwondo skill. So with words of welcome, we have Grandmaster Choi, who is the uh, the head instructors for the Silicon Valley and the host of the Silicon Valley Virtual Open. And Grandmaster Choi, would you like to have any words of welcome for our guests?
Thank you, sir. Hi, I am Grandmaster Young Choi, the president of UTA. UTA stands for United Taekwondo Association. And it was founded by Grandmasters Dan Choi and Hyun Choi 40 some odd years ago. Grandmaster Dan Choi was one of the first group of instructors to get dispatched by the Korean government to the United States to propagate Taekwondo in late 1960s. So he opened the very first Taekwondo school in the San Francisco Bay Area, specifically the Silicon Valley region. So that's why the event is called Silicon Valley Open Taekwondo Championships. So this is our 39th year. And then I have the honor and the distinction of having participated in every single one of those 39 years, first as a competitor and various times as a volunteer. I remember serving as a timekeeper when we used to start and stop the match with a stopwatch and a beanbag. So we come a long ways. So I've also served as a referee chair, and most recently as the tournament director. So you could say I really worked up the chain of this tournament. So I understand this tournament from the perspective of the competitor as the parent, coach, referees, and also the tournament organizing committee. So pulling all those experiences together, we try our best to provide a good tournament experience for all participants. So of course, this has been kind of a, it's been a very difficult year for all Taekwondo schools because of the pandemic. But when things happen, sometimes opportunity presents itself. And for us, the opportunity came in the form of a company called Vastech. So they developed this awesome virtual competition platform. They initially developed a platform for the WT European and WT Oceania competitions. And most recently, we used it at the CUDA Virtual International Competition. So it's the closest thing that you could experience of having a live competition without being at a live event. And so because the video, the competition is video upload, but judging is done live. And so this platform was used very successfully in the previous events. So I'm very excited to be bringing this platform for a local event. And so one thing that's exciting about virtual competition is that even though this is our local tournament, we are getting participation from different parts of the world and other parts of the United States, which would normally not be feasible because of the physicality and the locality of the tournament. So I'm very excited to be hosting this event, and I'm going to turn this event over to our host and our moderator today, Vastech Representative Master Adam Gilda, and our referee chair, Mike Wong. Also, this, in addition to Master Mike Wong and Master Keith Quattro, we also have Grandmaster Jun Yoon. They're all very well respected international referees, and they've worked many international events. And they're also the referee chair for California State Organization, CUDA. So I'm very honored to have everybody on board to help me with this event. So thank you very much.
Okay. And Adam, do you want to do a toss over?
Sure. Master Wong, I believe you have some slides for everybody, right? Is that correct?
I do. But before I move on, so yeah, are you pinned or am I pinned? Go ahead and
You
go ahead and pin me. Okay, thank you. So before we move on to the presentation of the information, I also want to give credit to Grandmaster Jun Yun, as Grandmaster Choi mentioned. He is the one of the referee advisors, and he will be acting as the technical delegate for this event. So he will be overseeing all rules, all matters of refereeing, and all matters of the rules. And as Grandmaster Choi said, Dr. Yun is an extraordinarily talented and very long experience, very skilled referee. So we are very honored to have his assistance. It's invaluable. And we also have my co-chair, Master Quattro. Keith Quattro is here. Again, another experienced referee. And we may have him join us in the question and answer session after we get to the slides. I also want to give credit to Master Mary Pham, who is helping us also as organizing committee member, and also Master Elvis Chavez, who is also assisting us in organizing. Now, these people are being shy today, so they're not going to give opening statements. So let's go ahead and move directly towards the informational slides. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Again, we're having this event is going to happen on November 7th. Okay. And the overview of this event is as follows. The event, as Grandmaster Choi mentioned, is intended to be a local event. And so the emphasis is to assist color belt athletes and black belt athletes who are early in their competitive careers and need the experience to move forward. Earlier, we had the California Games, that was the international games with all international referees. And those games are aimed at high level competitors. This one is more grassroots, is the intent. So with that being said, it's still a very comprehensive game. And so in addition to Parapoomse, we're also offering Parapoomse, traditional Poomse, open Poomse, kicking combinations, and board breaking. Okay. The videos will be scored live online on the stream in our Vastic YouTube channel. Okay. And all placing athletes in the US will receive medals, and international athletes will receive certificates of achievement. The early registration will end October 23rd. The final registration ends October 27th at 23:59 PDT or 11:59 PM for our US people. Registration lists will be posted daily on the event website, which is shown on the slide, siliconvalleytkdopen.com. The Poomse and division draws for Parapoomse and Parapoomse will be released on October 29th and posted on the event website.
Hey, Mike. Sorry to interrupt, but I
Go
think
ahead.
we're still only seeing the title slide.
Oh, thank you for that. I will switch over.
There we go. Thank you.
Okay, so let me go back because the slides were not advancing correctly, evidently. Okay. Just so that we have some airtime on these. Again, this is intended to be a local event, but we're going to have a very comprehensive offering, including Parapoomse. We're very excited to have this new offering. Everything will be scored live on the Vastic YouTube channel. Placing athletes in the US will receive medals. International athletes will receive certificates. Parapoomse and I believe Parapoomse athletes will receive, first place winners will receive a gift certificate from Muto. All the information is available in the informational packet, which is available on the event website that you can see here, siliconvalleytkdopen.com. Early registration ends October 23rd. Final registration ends October 27th. Sport Pumse and Parapoomse division draws will be published October 29th. And we will have a technical meeting to discuss draws and registration issues. Also, the competition order draws, that will be October 31st, 9 a.m. PDT. That keep an eye out for future emails. That may change in future, but our current intention is to have it at 9 a.m. Video submission deadline. Once the PUMSE are released, is November 4th. That's the last day to submit your video to the upload server for competition. And as I said earlier, competition shall begin November 7th. Okay. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of the technical requirements. The videos must be at least 720p resolution at 60 frames per second. 1080 at 60 frames per second is recommended. We find that over all the events that we've run in Vastic, that this is the best resolution for the judges to be able to see the detail that they need to see to give accurate and correct scores. The athlete must be completely in frame for the entire practice of the PUMSE. And every time an athlete goes out of frame or partially out of frame, referees will be instructed to give a major deduction. When filming, the camera should be fixed either on a stable platform like a table or on a tripod. And it's advisable to have a coach or a helper to rotate the camera either horizontally or vertically. So panning and tilting are allowed. The video must be submitted in landscape orientation. That is to say that the video must be in wide orientation. The lighting should be above the performance area and or behind the camera. We have found that if the lighting is in front of the camera, that blinds the judges and makes it very difficult to see the video. So we require that the lighting must be above or behind the camera. It should be between 1200 and 1800 lux. The uniform must be appropriate to Taekwondo competition. So the V-neck, Pumse dobok, competition dobok, correct belt, and no shoes or socks. Note that there is no requirement on the color of the dobok. As long as it is a Taekwondo dobok, that is okay. There must be no political or religious displays in the video. And only IOC recognized flags are permitted. So if there's going to be a flag in the background, it must be recognized by the Olympic Committee. We have some examples of how to submit your videos using popular technologies such as Apple iPhone and the Android phone systems. For recording in the Apple iPhone system, you would go to your settings, camera, record video. You would choose, as you can see on the screen, 1080 at 60 frames per second. And to double check this, when you are recording, you should see HD 60 showing up on the screen while you record. So if you don't see that while you're recording, then you know it's probably not at the correct resolution. So you need to go back and fix it. Again, if the videos do not meet the requirements that we put forth, that may be cause for disqualification of the athlete. So it's very important that we get this in the correct resolution so that the judges can see and score correctly. For the Android phone system, we have the similar settings to help you. You would go to camera, video, and then go to settings, this little cog icon. and rear video size. You should select the 16:9 ratio and choose resolution under resolution, full HD, FHD, 60 frames per second, 1920 by 1080. And again, as a reminder, when recording, on the screen, you should see 16:9 on the left-hand middle side of the screen as you are recording. And if you do not see this while you are recording, you're probably not in the correct ratio and resolution required for this event. Okay, Sport Poomse rules. Black belts can choose to compete in either traditional Poomse or Sport Poomse events. So if they feel that they are not ready for full Sport Poomse rules, they can compete using traditional Poomse. And the draws are already released in our informational packet for the traditional Poomse. The Sport Poomse, we will release the draws, as I said, October 29th. Traditional Poomse, the draws are as follows. Black belt shall perform according to their rank. First dan, perform koryo. Second dan, kungang. Third dan, tibet, etc., etc. Fourth, pyongwon, so forth, so on. Sport Poomse shall follow the WT competition rules. And as I said, draws are out on the 29th. And international athletes should notice that the under 9 categories and under 11 categories are going to be using the US Taekwondo compulsory Poomse draws, Taeguk 2 to Kungang. Okay. I know some events will use the Taeguk 4 and up. Okay. Did I skip? Oh, that's correct. Okay, good. Color belt approved belts. The belts must be one of the following colors and match the division: yellow belts, green belts, blue belts, and red belts. White belts may compete in the yellow belt division, so it's okay for the white belt to wear the white belt. Other belts, if you do not have, if you are not that rank, you'll be required to wear the belt for your division. So, for example, a purple belt, depending on where they feel their skill is, what Poomse they wish to practice for the event, they can choose, for example, green belt or blue belt. Okay. Brown belts also may make a choice between blue belt or red belt. But they must wear the color belt in the video. That is required. So yellow, green, blue, red. PUM belts may choose to either compete as a red belt or as a black belt. Again, this is intended to be a local event. And so we're being more flexible on the belt colors to allow competitors from all different schools and all different belt systems to come together for competition. You can see in the slide, there's example of all the different belt colors. Okay. The athletes must wear the belt for their division that they register. The only exceptions, again, white belts do compete in the yellow belt division, and PUM belts can choose red or black. Wrong belt may be disqualified. For the Parapoomse, we have these categories: P10, P20, P30, P50, P60, and P70. Respectively, they are visual impairments, intellectually impaired, motor impairments, wheelchair, deaf, and short of stature. A difference in this event is that we will be using the cutoff system, not the single elimination system as required by WT. And again, color belts must wear the color belt that we just described for the Parapoomse. Okay, coaches. If you register as a coach, you'll be allowed to communicate directly in our Discord virtual event venue. And you'll be able to talk to tournament committee right away for any issues that you may have with something happening in the rinks. You will receive an email that will give you directions on how to get communication access once your payment is confirmed, and that email shall be sent out on October 31st. Okay. New registrants will receive the access email within 24 hours. And pre-competition, any questions that you ask, we will try to answer this within 24 hours. During the competition days, we will try to respond within minutes. We are, as I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this informational meeting, there's a limited number of people organizing, but we will do our best to answer within minutes. Okay, I think that completes all of the informational presentation that we have to give for this meeting. And so, Master Gilday, are there any questions in the YouTube chat, sir?
So far, we've got one question. Somebody asked if like ankle, knee, wrist, pad, or taping will be allowed for the competitors.
That is an excellent question. Thank you. So normally in live events, of course, if you were to have any form of taping or bracing, that would have to go through medical staff. Because this is a virtual event, we don't have that capability. But the intention of this event is that it's supposed to be a friendly event. So if you need medical tape, if you need to have brace, go ahead and wear them. We will allow you to wear these things so that you can play safely and with your health in top priority. Master Quattro, do you have anything to add to that?
No, longer doesn't distract the referee. That's my concern, because some of the taping or just kind of, distraction. Try to keep it nice and neat, if it's possible. That's all I have, sir.
Good. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So the taping and bracing is allowed.
That was the only question we have so far.
Oh, fantastic. Hopefully then that means that the presentation was clear, but in case it wasn't, please do try to get a hold of us if you have any questions. Certainly, you can use the website. Let me go back to that URL.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So is this presentation going to be available for viewing at a later time if the people missed the original live streaming? Is it available on VAST?
Yes, ma'am. Excellent question. Yes. So both the stream will be available on YouTube, and I will make the presentation also available on YouTube. Again, the presentation is a summarization of the informational packet. So I would advise the coaches, athletes, parents to go to the informational packet first and take a look, because there's more details there that may answer the questions. And again, of course, there's the Silicon Valley website, which is on screen right now, siliconvalleytkdopen.com. If you have any questions about that or want to reach us, contact information is available there as well. Okay. Now you can also reach out to me directly. My email is mikewongtkd@gmail.com. And we also have, for Vastic information about the event, you can also reach us at info@vastic.com. Grandmaster Choi, are there any other methods that you would use to have people reach out to us?
So we also have an email address for the tournament committee, and all that information is available on the Silicon Valley Open tournament website. So I would have to say the information packet is pretty comprehensive. And if you actually take the time to review the information packet, it may answer all the questions you may have. But if you still have additional questions, all of us on the live streaming today will be more than happy to answer any questions to the best of our abilities. So we want to make this tournament accessible to everyone who's interested in competing, and we would like to help you. So if there's any concerns, questions, please let us know. And yes, sir.
Mason, I have one question, okay?
Yes, sir.
Project Designate will coming what October 29th, right?
Yes, sir.
Is it not too short for all students?
So that gives them about 8 days prior to competition to prepare, and about 4 days for their video submission. So the video submission will open on the Friday, and the last day to close would be the Wednesday. So they'll have Saturdays. Friday noon was when the video submission will be open. So all day Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday,
Okay,
Wednesday, midnight.
just only in my opinion, okay, sir. Just only all my students, but I don't know anybody, okay. Some students will participate in the first time, okay. So probably they need more time for recording and some checking and whatever. So I don't know. Just maybe my idea was 10 days is not good. 10 days better than 7 days, or I don't know. What do you think, sir? Is it 1 week is enough? You think?
Well, I mean, I'm certainly kind of agree with you on that one, sir. I think I've let a little too short, and my concern is I don't think they're gonna have time to upload the video, and gonna be overwhelming with fasting. I'm not sure about that, Mike, but I would like to have about at least 10 days, if it's possible.
Okay.
Yes, because when I asking to you, for international tournament, international athletes, or even if someone participate in last national some event, they know how they're gonna make video or what filming or whatever. Then what they can find out some other places. Okay, so most students asking to me, they're gonna using our studio. Yeah, because they don't have any some good place, good space. So that's why my idea was giving them a little more time.
Okay. I mean, we
So,
could.
but
So,
all
Master Yun, what we can
Yes.
do is on the day of the registration close, we can release the PUMSE that day, the 27th.
that is okay.
We can do this.
Yes, sir.
We could,
Yeah,
we can
even
do that.
1 or 2 days will be fine. That's good for what for beginners or so whoever participate first time.
Yes, sir. And again, if they have athletes who are very concerned about have some anxiety about their performance, they can do, of course, the traditional PUMSE, in which case they know already the PUMSE they need to practice. But we want to support everyone, right? And as you're correct, in our previous events, Vastic has always had a policy of having a week or less for between draws and the video uploads period. But these are high-level athletes.
Yeah.
So
I have to, Mike, I have to say that the sport PUMSE is actually for the world class, but maybe some athlete, instead of doing traditional PUMSE, they would like to, for the first time, they might want to try to do a little more, get into
That's
the
right.
world class arena. So I think as Silicon Valley, for us, I think we would like to encourage everybody, all ability, all level of athletes. So
Right.
why not? I think
that's right.
it's a good
So
idea.
okay, so then let's do this. Then we're making a change on air, but that's a good idea, and I agree. So we're all in agreement on this. So we will release the draws October 27th at the end of
Okay.
registration. Okay. Good.
That's good.
Now there are other questions that Master Gode.
Yeah, there's some more that popped up while we were having discussion. So somebody asked if they can see the registered competitor list for the different categories.
That is an excellent question, and the answer is yes. So the registration, we are working with Easy Events, and their developers there have are working with our web developer to make those lists available at our website. So on the Silicon Valley website, you should be able to see the daily updates of the registers for each of the divisions.
Also, I just want to remind everybody that although it is a local tournament, we encourage even international. We do have international competitor that will be participate with us also too for our local tournaments.
That's
So
right.
we encourage everybody.
That's right. And we will be having international referees as well. So it will be a good staffing for both the referees and also good competition for the athletes. So I think this is we're super excited to present this event.
We got another.
So, yes.
I was gonna say we got another question, Mike. Oh, sorry,
Go ahead.
Grandmaster Choi.
No, you go ahead.
Somebody wants to know how they can upload their videos and where.
That is a good question. So when registration closes, we will be sending out the emails to give you a link in the email that will give you both the instructions on how to upload the videos and also access to the upload server. So all the information will be available when registration is closing. And we've been using this same system for the last 3 or 4 events, and it's always been very responsive and very quick. So we're hoping that this will be just as good as all the other times.
All right. Next question. Somebody would like to know if for world-class PUMSE, how many PUMSE will need to be performed per round and how many videos they have to record. So like, I think some competitions, if you had 2 PUMSE per round, you had to submit 1 video with both PUMSE. Other competitions have you submit 2 videos with 1 PUMSE each.
That's correct. So in this event, we're going to begin all competitors in the final round for cutoff system. So for the final round, they're going to do 2 PUMSE. And that should be 2 separate videos.
Okay. So for prelims, 1 video. For semis,
There will be no
1.
prelim.
No.
Oh, no prelim.
We just go
Yeah, everyone starts in the final round.
Oh, okay.
In the past for this event, the number of Sport PUMSE competitors has been about 100, a little less than 100. And so across all the divisions, the largest division is typically 15 or so. So the emphasis is on Parapoomse, on traditional PUMSE, on open PUMSE, kicking combinations, board breaking. We have a lot of different events for a lot of people who are starting.
All right. Somebody asks about the signing up as a coach. Is there a purpose and is it mandatory or is it just a recommendation?
It is recommended. As I said, having coaching access gives you access to tournament committee to oversee in case an issue arises in the ring. Without representation, of course, the athlete cannot advocate for themselves. So it is recommended. However, it is not required. So if you have confidence in your athlete and you don't feel that you have the staffing required to participate, you don't have to.
But if they want to make a official protest, they have to be a registered coach in order to do
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm personally, I encourage coach to do that because they can interact, with the tournament committee, referee chair, those kind of thing too. If they have any question or they want to, for the athlete and all that stuff. So I mean, this event is a certain platform of the new normal. So I'm encouraged them to do that. Yeah, so.
Okay, I have another question. I believe this person's asking when early registration ends.
October 23rd.
And the last question I see is somebody's asking, once they upload a video, can they replace it with another one?
Yes, absolutely. So the video system that we're using is something that Vastic has created. And actually, I helped create it. I'm one of the developers. And so the video system will allow you to upload and replace videos. It will allow you to view the video once it's been uploaded to make sure that everything is correct. It will tell you immediately if the resolution or frame rate requirements are not met. So if those requirements are not met, you will see a message and you'll be required to re-upload a new video to have a valid entry for competition. So the system tries its best to get you the information early on so that you can take the appropriate steps necessary to have a good competition experience.
All right, those are all the questions we have so far.
Okay, fantastic. Again, if you want to reach out, please go to the website. You can reach us there. Grandmaster Choi, do you have any parting words?
Yes, I like to say this is the first time that our local tournament is offering events for our para athletes. So we're very excited to be more inclusive to all Taekwondo athletes who are interested in competing. So we already have some registration in this division. So I'm looking forward to everyone's participation. And once again, I want to thank you for showing an interest. And I would like to thank Vastec and our referee chairs, Grandmaster Jun Yoon and Master Mike Wong and Master Keith Quattro. Also, I've been working in partnership along with Vastec, but also Easy Events, and they provide the registration system for all of our events, and they're amazing. So I would like to give a shout out to them as well. So thank you very much for joining us today for this meeting, and I look forward to seeing your participation. Hopefully we all get to meet in person tournament sometime soon. So meanwhile, please stay healthy and goodbye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Are we done?